In studio is Nicole Cozza and Gina Hobika. These guys were in last week. They're from CNY Milestones, and this is a treatment center. And they work with families, and they work with not just the families, but also the people who have become addicted to these drugs, including heroin. And ladies, good morning. Thanks for being in here this morning. The addition here today is because you've actually brought along. We hear about Narcan. You've actually brought along the syringe. This is what people would have in their possession, right?
Yes. Yeah, a year and a half ago, the Department of Health certified us as one of the 3 Narcan trainers in the county to train individuals, families, clients, anybody who was in need of Narcan. So we go around, actually I went around the state with a couple of coworkers, and we go around and we train anyone who's interested in a life-saving device, which is this Narcan.
Critics, in the beginning, why are we spending all this money on, talk about that.
This is no different than getting certified in CPR. This is actually a life-saving tool. Today, unfortunately, everybody should have one of these. It's no different than, having a CPR cup in your cabinet.
Let's say something.
Scary to say that.
Let's say something happened to somebody in your family or in your house or wherever you are, and you see they've gone into what you think is. I don't mean to come off ignorant, but how would I know it's an overdose? How would I know that this would do the trick? I guess that's my concern.
Sometimes people don't know if it's really an overdose or not. I mean, for precautionary purposes, you would obviously have to, when we're doing the training, there are steps to making sure that you want to give this or not.
Is there always, when someone overdoses, is there almost always, I know the picture of the person sitting there with a needle in their arm, but it's not always that way, right?
No, it's not. I mean, somebody could be in a really deep sleep, and they might not be actually overdosing. This wouldn't hurt anybody if they weren't overdosing.
So if I made a mistake, it doesn't. So you could do one of these on Andrew right now. It wouldn't hurt him.
I can. People don't realize that if you were to get into a car accident or if you were to be brought into the hospital by ambulance and no one knew what was going on with you, you would actually be Narcaned by the emergency room.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Oh,
because
okay.
this doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, this doesn't hurt anybody.
This is very. This part is, but to me, it's been the unknown. It's like how would I know enough that this person, if I inject them, oh my God, I could do harm to them? But no, you wouldn't do any harm.
You can't do any harm to them. Right. It's only going to reverse the effect of an opiate overdose.
Got it. So especially if a lot of families kind of suspect or know, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And this particular one is a nasal. That's how you spend it. It's not an actual syringe where you're putting a needle in someone.
Okay.
It's a nasal applicator.
Wow. I did not know this. Okay, so what would you do? You come in, you look. It looks like someone is, as you're suspecting an overdose, and you would do what? You then spray this up their nose?
Yes, this specific device. All you have to do is put it together. It's very simple to do it. You put the actual medication in. You put the atomizer on top, and you just spray half in one side, half in the other.
Boom.
That's it.
And they would, if it was an overdose, they would come back.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the fentanyl that's going around right now, these are 2 milligrams in each kit. Actually, you get 4 in total. This isn't enough to save someone who is actually using the fentanyl right now. So when the EMTs come in, they're actually hitting them with more.
Wow.
And that's why it's very important to call 911 and get them the medical care that they need. Yes.
Now, when they come back, so you spray this in, and let's say that it is enough of a dose in order to bring them back. What I've heard, and maybe I'm not, they just pop up and everything's okay.
Sometimes that is the case.
Yeah.
Yes, you might have to like stand back because they're very angry. You just ruined their high. If they don't get the medical attention that they need, some people decline that and they want to go back out and use. They could overdose again and die.
Yeah. Wow.
This is just a thought that I had, and I don't understand it. So bear with me for a second. People say things like, there's a cure for cancer out there, but you make more money treating the cancer than curing it, right? You've heard that?
I've heard that argument.
So my thought, like with a drug dealer, I don't understand why you would give something to someone that is lethal when you could, for years, get money out of them, giving them a drug that gets them high. Instead, you give them something that can poison them. Basically, you're killing your clientele. I don't understand. I know that's a weird question, but...
The more people that they kill, the more clientele they get.
Really?
Yes.
And why is that? I don't understand.
I just
that.
can't believe that.
The better the product.
The better the product. So what I would say though is
But it's not heroin.
But remember, the
But
product
they're
is not
chasing a high.
The fentanyl.
right. The high is
chasing a
better.
high.
The
Right.
high is better. And oh, by the way, not every person immediately dies and goes or overdoses. So it's just it increases the numbers. So
this fentanyl,
they're gambling. These people are gambling with their lives.
This fentanyl is 7 times more potent than heroin.
Yeah.
We're drug testing, and heroin's not even coming up on a drug screen anymore.
Wow.
So
the fact that this is more potent, though, while we look at it from the standpoint that it is more potent, it's going to kill you. A drug addict is going to look at it being, this is going to be the best high I've ever had.
That's right.
Yeah, because every time, now, is heroin the same way? They say that after the first time, well, I bet it is, because I know when I had my back issue, the first pill really helped. Second pill helped. Third pill, not so much. By the fourth pill, why am I even doing this? And I'm assuming it's the same thing?
same concept, yes.
Yeah. So you need to keep getting so ultimately what they would do, these manufacturers of these illegal drugs, probably will come up with something even stronger.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you want to show us how the device works? I got a couple minutes.
Sure.
Are you
like I
really you'd take it? You would do it?
No, I'm not going to put it up your nose.
Might as well. I mean, Andrew is prepared.
Andrew's ready.
He's ready to go. Notice that they asked me earlier, and I said no. No, but Andrew will do it.
You'll probably get some rash if you were to do it.
Right, I'd have allergic reactions. So.
Do you want me to come
Okay,
over
obviously, though, this is a serious deal. You go into the nostril, and you...
And all you do...
All right, hang on. Let me do a little...
she's going to actually spray. She's going to spray
I'm going
it.
to switch so that
Yeah, I'm
you
going
can
to
go.
spray it.
So
You don't want it.
before I do this, I have a quick question. So what you talking about?
I don't think
this-
she's really going to spray it up your
spray it.
nose.
No, that this would. You're saying that this would not have any effect other than reversing an opioid overdose.
Correct.
What does it do to the body that allows for that to happen? Well, ensure it that it's
It reverses the effects.
it reverses
of
the effects. Okay, there we go.
Opioids
All
on your
so
body.
then,
Thanks, Andrew.
I'm sorry. I'll let you do your thing now. I'm
He'd
sorry.
also like to know all the ingredients. So.
yeah,
Lay 'em out. Could you
please.
Okay.
After Nicole. So all you have to do is, it doesn't matter if you put it all up one side or, we encourage that you do half
You do
and
both
half,
sides,
but all
half
you
and
do
half.
is spray half there, and a miss in half up there.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Okay, and a lot comes out, it seems.
Yes.
And you have to know. It isn't. There's no click there. You would have to know. And there's. So
spraying
you could
everywhere.
even do
There's
more.
a lot in there.
Yeah. So
So do you have to expire
full dose?
The full dose?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to make sure everything's gone.
Yes.
Okay.
And about 2 minutes later, if somebody doesn't get revived, then we use the second dose that's in your kit.
Okay. And how do people get a kit?
We actually have a free Narcan training coming up on December 15th at 5 o'clock at 502 Court Street.
All right. And the process, the training, it seems like it would be pretty simple, but who will show up with us? People will show up that have family members, possibly.
Yes,
that,
we've had family members. We've had, we professionals come in. Anybody who, I've had people who come in that don't even have anyone related to them that are addicts, just people in the community that said, we just want a kit just in case.
Yeah.
Which I commend because, you could walk by a car and see, we've had this weekend, actually, somebody in one of our local shelters overdosed in the bathroom. Somebody in the Stewart's bathroom overdosed on Saturday. There's been a lot going on right on the corners of our streets. It's happening every single day.
What's important to know is that when you do administer the Narcan, there is no liability on you.
Okay.
So that's important to know.
That is big. I mean, people...
in the training you'll learn that a lot of people are reluctant to getting this because they're saying, oh my
I
God,
could get
it's
sued.
gonna yes. What is going to happen to
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
There was a law passed in 1996, and no one's going to get in trouble for trying to help save a life.
You had said you'd be shocked at where these overdoses are occurring. We talked during the break. Do you want to?
They're happening everywhere. They're happening in our local jails. They're happening, like I said, in Stewart's bathrooms. They're happening in our local shelters. They're happening in our treatment facilities. They're happening in parking lots, just everywhere. And it's happening every single day.
And not to single out Stewart's, but obviously there was just recently.
There was one on Saturday.
It happened there. I know my son worked in fast food and would always tell me the bathroom. People come into the bathroom and they stay, and you got to end up calling authorities because something's going on in the bathroom, and it's usually a place where they can shut the door and get high.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, ladies. Again, for details, the phone number is 507-5800, CNYS Milestones. If you're a family member or somebody who's an addict, this is the place, 507-5800.